Good morning, Coach Smith. Here are my refutations. Number one, my quote is, "It, honoring fathers who do typical motherly work, suggests that fathers who do what most fathers do aren't contributing to their child's well-being from what fathers do best." It has become widely accepted that having a father figure in a child's life is extremely beneficial for social and emotional development. However, if he works full-time, he is not a stay-at-home dad. Is he regarded as being present and active in his child's life? In the article, What Fathers Do Best, the author asserts that current societal sensibilities are such that unless fathers are present full-time in the house, they are less contributory towards their child's life. This is not correct. Fathers who do typical dad work, such as having a job outside the home, can be just as involved and significant in their children's lives as their homemaking counterparts. First, in families with one working parent, the household with the stay-at-home mom is likely to financially be better off than one in which the father stays home. Despite living in today's gender-blind economic society, women still earn significantly less than men. According to the Census Bureau, women earned 77 cents to every male-earned dollar in 2011. According to the Institute for the Study of Civil Society in the UK, households where the primary breadwinner is male can provide better for the well-being of its children. For example, working fathers can afford more nutritious meals, better daycare and schooling, and opportunities to travel. These foster their desire to have an impact on their society. For example, if a child has the chance to travel to a developing nation, he or she may be motivated to start an organization of some sort to push the country out of its poverty. Thus, these luxuries, which fathers who work can typically afford, are surely greatly important in helping the child become a well-functioning adult. Further, according to TLC.com, children develop the ability to respect multiple authority figures when both parents are not constantly surrounding them. In a typical family, the father is likely the disciplinarian while the mother is the nurturing comfort provider. Constantly having the father, the typical disciplinarian parent, around might erode and dilute their sense of authority. This is an important skill to have for school-age children who need to be able to respect their teachers in order to learn. Finally, a working father means that the mother assumes the role of primary caregiver to her children. Numerous studies have shown that due to a woman's higher levels of estrogen and oxytocin, the hormone that causes the instant bond between mother and baby right after birth, she is better equipped to be the nurturing figure in her child's life. Clearly, fathers who are employed full-time outside the home bring to bear multiple beneficial effects on their children's lives. We need them to raise a generation of useful, law-abiding, morally sound Americans to see our country into the future. And then number 2, the quote is, "The ordinary devoted mother is no longer good enough," from The Good Enough Mother. In the article, The Good Enough Mother, the idea of a good mother is that she must be immersed in her children's lives completely. No aspect of her child's daily routine must escape her attention. Constantly stressed, fatigued, and with no time for herself, she's expected to haul her children from activity to activity, cook nutritious meals, look over her children's schoolwork, arrange playdates, and make sure her children are happy and out of harm's way. In a sense, mothering turns out to be a competition of who the best mother is. However, as I argue below, there's a lot of evidence that the true mark of a successful parent is having the ability to provide children with opportunities to make their own choices, which is more beneficial in the long run as opposed to micromanaging. A helicopter parent has been popularized by the media to mean a parent who feels the need to constantly hover around her children and monitor their every activity, much like the Good Enough Mother. According to an article in the Brigham Young University, BYU magazine, helicoptering parents breed negative dependency in children. Children come to expect that their hovering parents will make decisions for them, rendering these youths fearful and clingy. These parents strip their innocent children of all forms of autonomy, thus limiting opportunities to practice skills crucial in adult life, such as decision-making. It is more effective to let children sometimes make the wrong decisions and the wrong choices and to let them learn from these mistakes, instead of sheltering them from every possible misstep. Inevitably, there will come a time when a child slips up. How will they know how to handle their mistakes when they have never made one? Despite their good intentions, micromanaging parents often cause the parent-child relationship to deteriorate. The children of hovering parents, according to the NBC article Helping or Hovering, when helicopter parenting backfires, tend to harbor resentful feelings towards their parents. Because of the way they were raised, they have a hard time coping with adulthood. For example, when a parent contacts a university professor to complain about their son's or daughter's subpar quiz grade, the student tends to feel ashamed and embarrassed. They see themselves as incapable and dependent. If they can't handle one low quiz grade without his or her parents swooping in to the rescue, then how is he or she supposed to maintain a job or expect to start a family? Therefore, to promote independence and preserve the bond between mother and child, children should be given space to breathe and learn from their mistakes. When parents micromanage, not only are they holding their children back from reaching their full potential, they are raising a generation of dependent, timid, narrow-minded adults. Number 3, my quote is, "The vital question for any responsible adult is mating, not marriage. Marriage is a ceremonial toy. From Baby, This Is Forever." In the article, Baby, This Is Forever, the author asserts that the reduction in the quality of spousal union after having children is inevitable due to the many stresses of child rearing and the resulting physical exhaustion. Consequently, the author suggests, there is little point in going through the painful motions of marriage to have children when one could simply have them out of wedlock and be attentive and responsible towards them. Effectively, the author is suggesting that the institution of marriage itself has little effect on the well-being of children, as long as the parents, though unmarried, remain attentive to the child. This is untrue along various dimensions. According to research done by David Popenoe, a professor of sociology at Rutgers University, children with unmarried parents tend to receive less parenting from their fathers, a figure who has been shown to be extremely beneficial in a child's emotional and social development. These children have been shown to possess higher likelihoods of antisocial behavior when adolescents, such as resorting to delinquency for boys and increased teenage pregnancy rates among girls. Also, these children are more likely to be eventually dependent on welfare and have a harder time in maintaining spousal relationships. Another compelling reason to get married is the social repercussions a child faces when as a result of being born out of wedlock. The notion of out-of-wedlock children remains largely taboo in American and many other cultures. In fact, in certain Eastern cultures, such as India and China, children of unmarried parents would likely have a hard time availing of basic social amenities like enrolling in schools. This is greatly detrimental for the children. Marriage is very important. Just do it. And my final quote is, "When a woman says that she wants a man to be generous, she's typically referring to the dating process. She wants gifts and she wants to be courted in a lavish manner." From Get Your Hand Out of My Pocket. In the article, Get Your Hand Out of My Pocket, the author asserts that women are only looking for a relationship to ease some of their financial pressures. In other words, women are generalized as gold diggers. This is based purely on the author's personal experiences and anecdotal evidence received from people he knows. I find the conclusions incorrect and personally offensive. Going by a recent survey conducted by Forbes Women, a whopping 91% of women say they would marry for love. Money tends to be the last thing running through a woman's mind when she meets a man who she finds attractive. According to a study by Dr. Gordon Patzer, author of Looks, Why They Matter More Than You Ever Imagined, the first things they notice after meeting a man is their smile, their appearance, their conversation, humor, and confidence. They don't pull a small scale out of their purses to weigh the man's wallet. Besides, generous could well mean in love or in spirit, not necessarily finances. In addition, the essay takes a very small population of women into consideration. These so-called drink whores who lurk in bars most of their nights, hoping to score a free drink or two, do not represent the standards that all women hold up to men. Most women are looking for a faithful companion who brings out the best in them, and I can assure the author, are lurking more in bookstores, art galleries, and universities in the daytime rather than in bars at night. It is appalling to hear a man say that he thinks all women are in relationships for money. Almost makes me suspect that he must be having trouble with relationships due to his misogynistic mindset and tendency to generalize.